Hi everyone. This was a very challenging alteration. The wedding was in the United States. We live in Australia and the wedding was in a few weeks. The gown came and it was 5¼ inches too small. So what I did was I released the side seams and I took out the dress zip and I replaced that with an invisible zip. When I had a fitting, I could do it up, but I could only get it as far as the waist. It was still too tight. To work out exactly how much I needed to add to the sides, I took a piece of fabric, I inserted it in under the zip. The top of that fabric is the top of the zip, and I pinned it on her until she was feeling comfortable. Then before I took it out, I put those safety pins there. The chalk came later, but the safety pins gave me the outline, and then I knew exactly how much I needed to make it comfortable for her. Now, luckily, it needed to be shortened, so I had fabric to use as an extension in the sides, and what I thought was, instead of just adding a plain panel, because I had enough from the hem, why don't I pleat it so that it's not as noticeable as an extension at the sides, because it's a fair amount. So that's what I did. One side was a little bit different from the other, and I'll show you that in a sec. When I was preparing this video, I did a voiceover, so I'm going to now leave you with a voiceover. I'm going to repeat myself a little bit, but it'll help you to see what it is that I did. Happy altering.
So this is a bridesmaid's dress, and I showed you before that I needed, that's how much I needed, and I did that by putting, when she had it on, I undid the zip down to where the zip was comfortable. So this is how much I needed, and initially I put safety pins there, and then later on I drew that, and then I divided that by half, and now that's what I put in here. So this is one side, and I've added the pleating, and this is the other side, which is slightly different because it had this type of pleating. So both sides were different, but the thing is, this is under her arm. So from a distance, if you take that at a distance, which I'll do in a sec, you really shouldn't notice it. And if you look on the inside, it's got that there, and on this side, it's got another one. Now, there's 3 layers to this side. There's this one, and then underneath that there's another layer of the chiffon, and then there's a layer of the lining, and then there's shapewell, and there's also the boning. So that's another idea for you when you need some room in a garment. I actually had to pick up 5 inches in total, and I got some of it from the zip area by taking the dress zip out. You can see a bit of the stitching there, and putting an invisible zip in. I've stitched that down so that the zip comes down easily, and I released the sides, so I got a little bit extra from the sides, and then I added this piece in here.